Alright guys, so over the past week or so, Helldivers 2 has had the largest update I think it's ever had. And I don't even mean biggest as in like the content, because we are just going to one new place with a couple new features, but what they chose to add I think changed the game for the better, and so far in that direction that I actually think right now is the best that Helldivers 2 has been in a long time, if ever. I think it might just be the best that Helldivers 2 has been. And maybe it's because of the context, maybe it's because of the stakes, maybe it's just because now we can finally interact with the thing that we are supposed to be protecting, which is one of the criticisms I actually had with Destiny 2. We were always being told we were protecting the last city, doing this and that, but we never actually interact with the last city. We don't have actually anything to do with it, and so it's just this thing that is completely separate from the main story and game. But here with Helldivers 2, they just kind of decided to throw all that kind of idea out the way and just give us what we actually need. So Helldivers has always kind of had some interaction with the people. I mean, we extract people from missions all the time, but that was kind of it. But now, in this last week or so, with the Illuminate literally on the front doorstep of Super Earth and trying to take over, and the majority of players' playtime right now being on Super Earth, I think this has just done tremendous amounts of good to bring all the players together for one singular thing, as if like we weren't already. But this just helps that much more. Interacting with the Thief soldiers on Super Earth and protecting citizens not just in the the extraction missions, but all the time, because they are just running amok in the city. And now you actually feel like you're protecting citizens because you're having to be careful where you're planting your stratagems, right? You're not just blowing everything up with just no regard whatsoever. I mean, some of you are, but most of us are like actually trying to, just take the fight to the aliens, protect the people, and fight with the Thief soldiers. And even going a step further, Arrowhead gave us the ability to walk up to soldiers and just straight up recruit them. This is fantastic. This and some of the interactions with the Thief soldiers and the civilians are probably one of my favorite things about Helldivers right now. When you're walking up to soldiers, when you're walking up to citizens, and you just give them that Helldiver salute, the amount of things that they say is crazy, and just the kind of impact that the Helldivers have on this universe and this story is unquestionable now. Because when you're walking down through the streets, these people are like, "You're the heroes. These guys, they're what we strive to be." It almost reminds me of like Attack on Titan, when the scout missions and the scouts are going out and they're just dying by the dozens. Nothing is going right. But then you have the people who, when you come back, they're like, yeah, the scouts, they're like the gold standard for what you're doing. But they're literally just being put in a meat grinder, right? And being treated as expendable. The duality of that situation has never been more clear than now. I mean, some of the things that you'll hear if you even die next to the Thief soldiers, or if you die next to civilians, they will panic. They will freak out. Like, oh my god, not the Helldivers. This is impossible. What is this? Because the civilians have been as gaslit as the soldiers into thinking, they are these invincible things that fight for just democracy and will always win. But that is very much not the case when the Illuminati are actively blowing up the city and killing them in front of them. And I think even in the game world, because of how they treat this world, it could actually change some things. It could change the narrative inside of the game. At least that's how I hope they are treating it, because they have treated everything very realistically with, in regards to how the game world operates. And so I hope that that continues with that. But man, on the gameplay side, just being on Super Earth having these different types of missions and the Illuminate just battering you like crazy. And with the new units, oh my lord. I love Leviathans and I hate them, man. Oh my god, they're so cool. They're like the first Avengers movie, right? Where you've seen all of the aliens coming through the portal and just flying through the city, just tearing through buildings. That's what this reminds me of. And that is a good thing, by the way. I know not a lot of people are all about the MCU right now, but that shit when it came out was crazy awesome. And the same is here, right? And taking them down is a spectacle for sure. Taking down the motherships with the giant cannon on the surface of Super Earth that hilariously comes out from a children's playground is one of the funniest things I have seen in the game. I died when I was just watching the actual YouTube video when they announced that they were on Super Earth and that came out of the ground. I lost it. All right. I love this game's satire so much. And even on top of all that, the update before this added weapon attachments to your guns and rebalanced things in a very good way. I feel like the weapon selection right now is very good, even though I wish, single shot rifles and things like that and a little more punch, maybe like shooting through multiple enemies to make up for the fact that like you're not actually using a fully automatic gun where you can just mow things down, because it feels like you have little reason to use those. But even still, I feel like the sandbox is pretty good right now. And taking down the dang stingrays is the most satisfying thing ever. There's never not a time where I take down a stingray and I'm not like, yes, I got it. Ugh, it's like smacking a fly that's been bugging you for the last 10 minutes, you know? I'm just having so much fun with this update. I had to talk about it. I'm just loving this. I'm loving the vibes around Helldivers 2 right now. And I hope that continues, man. I hope they keep this momentum, because Helldivers 2 is a unique thing, and I hope it just keeps going, man. I hope it keeps getting better. I hope we eventually get to put attachments on our sidearms. Have more customizable armor with, colors and things like that. Same way we have skins now for our main weapons. So personally, I am super hyped for the future of Helldivers 2 and hyped for the current state of Helldivers 2. Y'all out there, are you playing this? Are you loving it as much as I am right now? I mean, last Helldivers 2 video I did so much better than I ever could have expected. I didn't even think a lot of the audience subscribed to me was even interested, but a lot of you showed up to watch it, enjoyed it, left a like, and I love that, and definitely look forward to more just Helldivers 2 shenanigans in the future. Anyway, let me know how you guys are feeling about this. Do you think it's the best it's ever been? Because the launch of this game was pretty crazy with that crazy high player count and things being all brand new and stuff. But never have I felt like players are as unified as they are right now. With the exception of bug players. Bug players, please help. Super Earth needs you. Do it for democracy.